My auction WRX had so many issues that last time I decided to take the engine out so that I could address them. In this video, I stripped the engine down and plan what's next. So with the engine out of the WRX, it's now time to look into these oil leaks and see if I can figure out where they're coming from.
Hello, I'm here too.
And Chris is hanging out and he's gonna help. So I was getting a lot of errors from sensors that were over here. They were intermittent, and I like to think some of them were because they were getting soaked with oil. If you look at this side, there is a lot of oil on top of this oxygen sensor. Right here, I want to say that's a camshaft position sensor. This oil control valve is a bit dirty as well, and that connector is pretty soaked too. This side, on the other hand, is completely dry, even down low. Well, maybe not completely dry. There's a little leak there, which seems to be valve cover related. I said valve cover, it's timing cover. This big plate that covers the whole front of the engine. There also is an obvious little drip right there. And I want to say that is coming from the valve cover because I can't see anywhere else you can get a drip right there. And it does seem to be oil, not coolant. Let's see, is that? All of this is oil too, but where is it coming from? There's Wyatt. Say hey to the people, Wyatt. Yo, check out his shirt. Come over here so you're not in the sunlight. Cool shirt. I don't know what's going on right here. There is RTV. There was more evidence of excessive RTV application later, but at this point it was time to strip the engine because all the options I was considering next required everything to come off. And even though it's common in these cars, there was more oil in the PCB line than I expected. Definitely oily. There's this connector back here that I'm gonna take off. This can stay with it. I think I should be able to remove it. I was hoping pulling that off would give me more insight into where the oil was coming from, but I don't know that it did. That's enough oil investigation. I'm gonna start taking off this harness. And this little tab, you can press it down to release this. Nice. Then this connector, squeeze the tab, pull out. And does this just pop out? It does just pop out. Moving on up, I'm going to take this one out. What? Is it broken? It is broken. Hoping not to break it anymore.
Yay.
Then this should just pull out as well. This tab is intact. This, oh, Phillips head. Don't know what this is. We have the lower camshaft position sensor, and it is awfully oily. Squeeze gently, but pull with force. The upper one, which is a lot cleaner. Oxygen sensor connector. And I think the same sort of tab, yeah, the same sort of tab is on the other one. And look how much oil was dripping directly into the backside of this connector. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to clean it because I'm pretty certain that can cause some engine codes. And that might be everything over there so that I can swing this harness out of the way. So now just take off the connectors for the ignition coils. That's one. That's two. Will you play nice? You did play nice. Nice enough anyway. Yeah, there's a tab. Is there a tab right here? There we go. This had a big lever tab to pull. Now, all of that is out of the way. And the other side is almost a mirror image. Take off the charge pipe. That's fresh oil from my oil change. Oh man. Even though I don't think I need to do it at this point, I'm going to go ahead and set it at top dead center. I had left the clutch on and it was keeping the engine from spinning because there were bolts that were slightly interfering with it. So had to take the clutch off and then I could rotate the engine. The clutch looks fantastic. All right, now let's see if we can rotate it. Oh yeah. So now I'm gonna take off this pulley, which is the crankshaft pulley, and this idler pulley. Let's see if my impact will do a smooth job of it. Nope. I went to Harbor Freight and got this adjustable spanner tool. What finally worked was, no, it's all tilted. Putting bolts in, there's some recesses in there that the bolts can go into, and that held the crank pulley enough for me to crack it free. I had to rotate it the other way to get the bolt I used out. So I set it back to top dead center. Now, this beast of a bolt can come out. Oh, look at that. There are a bunch of bolts with 12mm heads that hold this timing cover on. And it's time for me to go ahead and try and take them off. I'll start with this one first because I may have to take this pulley off. And these, the ones on the inside, are 10mm head. And here is a pry point. And make sure I got everything off because it does not want to move. All right, that really should be it. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. All right, I'm not seeing where it's not coming off smoothly. Oh, got it. With that off, I'm just gonna wipe off the bits that are dripping and take a good look at everything because this is my first time taking the timing cover off of an FA engine. I've done an EJ on my 04 STI, but this is my first time. First glance, everything looks good. And it looks like in this corner especially, it was leaking. So right now, I'm just gonna take off the big chunks of old RTV that come off easily without much work. Big chunks like that. Now I'm going to take off the valve cover, which is also leaking on the bottom. Take off the ignition coils. This one back here is where it was leaking. Yep, perhaps there was a bit too much RTV put on the last time these were done. Ugh, 'cause that is a lot. And I did the same thing on the other side. And then the drill was just to take everything off the engine. Still one more. At this point, the harness is only connected in a few places, so I'm going to go ahead and finish taking it off. These two injectors, here and here, and I think I'll be free. Knock sensor. Speed pickup, maybe. Another knock sensor, and the harness is free. Well, at this point, I might as well take off the alternator. The last thing I think I'll remove today is this big bracket. But to get to the bolt that's back here, it'd be a lot easier to take this pulley off. Thankfully, this has a place where I can pin it. There we go. And now I can access it. At this point, it's only a few more connections to take off the fuel rail. So let's take off this fuel line. I think that is everything I need to remove to do what I want. If I have to take the heads off, there's nothing connected over here to it. Likewise on the other side. So I think that's a good stopping point for today. It is the next day. I flipped the engine over and it was actually pretty heavy, feeling kind of difficult. I'm going to remove the header, which is attached to the turbo and the cat. So I have nothing connected on the bottom side of the engine. See, where can I grab? So like the last time I took the header off, these exhaust ports look normal. A bit sooty, but exhaust is burnt combustion products. Makes sense. This one looks the way you would expect. A bit sooty, but look at this one. This is what makes me think I have a bigger issue with this engine. I would not be surprised if all the oil I'm getting in my exhaust isn't coming from this one cylinder. So I may just replace the block. I struggle to think of reasons why I would have that much oil in the exhaust. I mean, valve stem seal, possibly, blow by, definitely. So I'm leaning toward replacing the block. At this point, bad rings is very likely, but I do have valve stem seals and I do have to source some more parts. If you'd like to follow along as I repair this engine, get it back in the car, and make it a good daily, hit subscribe. If you would like to see the other things I've done to this car, check out the playlist. Thanks for watching. Take care.